Wow, I'm always smiling, but deep down, I'm probably operating from a point of what I call pistosity. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, in watching my parents in the city of LA thrive, and I grew up in the 70s and the 80s, watching my dad, who had all of maybe a third grade education, obtain as a pastor of a church, preacher of a church, my mom being a first lady of the church, watching my father really work extremely hard to obtain what he got. So, not that he gave me anything, but he showed me the gift of me watching him and how, as an entrepreneur, he obtained, in a sense, businesses, properties, a great entrepreneur. People flocked to him, were drawn to him, and I just saw how hard he worked and how he loved his family. So in seeing my dad do that, I said, okay, when it came to having an opportunity to purchase property, I did. So on the corner of 6th Avenue in Florence, I had a coffee shop with my girlfriend. At the time, it just took too many cups of coffee to pay the bills, so I decided to put a for lease sign up, or for rent sign. So in doing so, I had a few people that were really great potential people. But these three guys came to me, young guys, saying that they wanted to open a t-shirt and hat business. So in them doing so, lo and behold, months later, I get a call from the neighborhood watch, because I'm part of that as well. The preacher says you need to get to your property. So when I get there, I see this green cross. So I'm thinking they've opened a church. So lo and behold, by the time I actually get into the space, it's not a church, and it is a dispensary where they have cannabis everywhere, jars, music playing, door not closing by the amount of people walking in through and out, through the doors. But lo and behold, when they showed me that they had what was called at the time the LR 44 and an LR 50, which were with the city office, or the Office of Finance through City Hall, it's your licensing to operate your cannabis business. So it said marijuana sales. They gave me their licensing, made copies of that. So they went on about handling their business as long as they did good business, is what I was concerned about. But a few months later, I would say in upwards maybe 6 months later, I received a letter from the city's attorney's office, the district attorney's office, to every address I've ever lived at or may have hung out at, lo and behold, saying that I'm operating an illegal dispensary. So when I looked at it, I was like, oh, okay, they've got to have this wrong. When I just know I got tenants in there. And when I finally got into the business and in that space that day when they had the altercation, I did go in. I said, I thought you guys were opening up your t-shirt and hat business. They pointed to a little display in the corner showing that they were still yet pushing their brand and doing branding and marketing with t-shirts and hats. But nevertheless, what I thought that them operating was correct. But in my eyes, they were correct. But what weren't, or what wasn't set up appropriately, was the channels that you would have to go through with the city. There wasn't a department you could go to find out how to do it appropriately. So with people thinking, okay, I just go to City Hall, I get my license, I open up, I pay what taxes I need to pay, they thought they were okay. But at the time, there wasn't a DCR to tell you, hey, you got to go to the planning department, the building and safety, the fire department, the police department. You've got to go and contact CDTFA, which the Board of Equalization at the time. So make a long story short, $60,000 later, 4 attorneys later, lo and behold, having to try and evict people out and all of that, it ended taking me like 3 years. Lo and behold, was I prosecuted? Did I get off? Did I actually have an opportunity to plead my case? I tried, but I was still convicted as a property owner. So to this day, yeah, as a property owner, I'm pissed off. So as I was pissed off, I started chasing down every possible decision maker, every politician. I started going to every city council meeting. I started chasing down the mayor. I started chasing down senators. And every time they would see me, they'd run. But I made a case, and in a sense, it gave me an opportunity to really sit down with some great like-minded individuals to help create social equity for what it is for the city of Los Angeles. Because what I was realizing is, if I speak up, I'm thinking of all the other people that really don't, that may have been prosecuted and felt like there was a negative connotation to their life, where it actually changed their lives. Me, I've been an entrepreneur since 1999, so it's given me an opportunity to, in a sense, have tough skin. But for those out there that don't, I said I have to create an opportunity and a situation to try and help those that can't really help themselves. So I created and I became the founder. I created what's called today, and I'm the founder of the Black Women's Cannabis Council, which is more on the political side, where we go and we help to right the wrongs. We've created, heading back over to Go Verde Incubator, an opportunity where we have social justice brands. I have about 30 brands under my umbrella there through my manufacturing and distribution. Of that, we have about 10% that really helps to take care of those that are still sitting in jail, because there should be no reason why anyone's incarcerated if we're here talking about cannabis with a smile. But nevertheless, it is what it is. But I see an opportunity to move forward, to be able to help anyone that's out there. And the social justice side really is what fuels me every day to try and help anyone that wants to get into the business.